Hey, sorry, I was connecting to YouTube. So go ahead and talk and I'll tell you if I can hear you.
Okay, loud and clear, coming in
You're
clear. Did you see the ones I wanted you to bring up too?
Yes, those three, just those three, because Preston sent 6.
I got one more.
Hey, sorry, I was connecting to YouTube.
You got me? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I'm good. I had to turn the volume off of the YouTube stream because it was coming back on me.
No worries.
Bye, thank you.
I'm gonna send you one more. Wow. Katrina Guston and Sam Menachino I'd like to add to. Actually, did I have top producers year to date?
Let me tell you what I have. I have up, it says carriers, but it's top 50 producers total month to date, top 100 recruiters with production month to date, and top 50 producers life month to date.
I just sent you a year to date too. So see, Katrina Guston and Paul Menachino, I'm gonna add them too. Or try to.
Paul, Katrina Guston and Paul.
Yeah.
Menachino.
Yeah, if they're available, they may not be watching. If you are available, I would like to add you and your face to the show today, period. If you can just turn your camera on and click on the Zoom, period. Might have you say a couple of words. I just want people to see who is coming after Megan Wood.
Do you have that one in an email, Andy? The year to date?
Do I have what?
You have that in an email?
I do. I just texted it to you. Would you like for me to email it to you?
I got Preston doing it. It's okay.
I've got it. I just texted it to you. I know we can produce Facebook leads in Spanish. We are killing it with them. Andy Albright here. Not sure if we're going to run an intro today. Everybody is traveling to Tampa, so we may have a altered program. So I'm just checking with Amber if we're going to run live, because I can pick it up. Yeah, she says take it from here. So welcome, guys. Big week this week. We're having our top 48 agency managers and leaders from around the country are flying into Tampa. And it's pretty cool because we're having the biggest production week that we have had by far this year. People are smoking. And Amber's in the process of inviting some people on here that are going to jump up and want you to see their face, because yesterday we did an hour and a half with Megan Wood, and it was just amazing. This girl's been knocking out 10,000 in production every single day for the last 8 days in a row. That's right, $80,000 production, over 100 applications. And just popped up, I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is Megan Alleman, her and her husband, Megan Yakey, and her husband, Jonathan. I can see the back of his head. They're coming after Megan Wood. Yeah, that's right, out of Houston, Texas. Jeremico just popped up. He is coming on strong, killing it. So I'll show you where they are on the leaderboard, but these guys are smoking, and got a great thing I want to talk to you about. It's something that I and about 1 million other people that I know really good, or at least 200 or 300 people that I know really, really good, they have a problem with. It's a simple word. It's one of our values. It's called respect. And what does respect do for you, and how do you handle it? How do you operate? It's the greatest recruiting tool that I could ever show you the next 45 or 50 minutes that we're going to do. It's 100% about recruiting and bringing people. I mean, it's about life and it's about our values, but it ties right into recruiting and how it happens. It's very, very powerful. So Will Paris just popped up. Don't see his video yet, but he is on there. So he's another guy that's coming on strong. Mark Hutchinson just popped up. If you guys turn on your video, Mark and Will, love to see what you look like. We want to see who is coming after Megan Wood. And Megan is watching. I'm sure I did not invite her on because I had her for an hour and a half yesterday, but I want her to see, so she don't have to look back. She can just know y'all are coming from behind her. She don't have to look back. What's up, Will? That's what I'm talking about, man. And Mark Hutchinson, if we get his on, I think that's, and Katrina Gustin, I also invited her. So let's go. I'm probably asking Amber to do 15 things at one time, so we'll see how she does with it. Amber, if you can pull up that typical production, the one that you usually show. I'm gonna show you. It's bad to the bone. What's going on? Here we go. She's pulling up right now. All right. Can you pull up the one that you sent me, Amber? And we'll come. I want to come to this one. I want to come back to this one. The one she's working on it. This is. I bet it'll be the next one. It's the one that you sent me and said this is what marketing sent you. It talks about submitted. It's huge. HMA production. All right, they don't see it. It's not popping up. I get it. I've got it right here, Amber. You sent it to me. It is. You'll be able to pull it up, Amber. You just emailed it to me at 12:05. You sent it to me. It's 2 attachments to that. And the first one is this. Megan Wood has submitted 26 applications for, there you go, 26 applications for 21,000 this week. Thank you for staying on it, Amber. I know you got a lot coming at you. Everybody's traveling to Tampa, so Amber's trying to stay back and keep all this stuff running from the corporate office. Marvin and Rachel Osuna, 20 applications this week for 17,000. And Billy Crane, I should have invited Billy on here, 17 apps for $17,000 production. So they're submitted. Now, issue paid, and this is life only. This don't count annuities. This is just life only. Megan Wood leads the country. Issue paid this week. Listen to me. This week with 18,000 issued. David, I don't have Andy Riddle, so I don't have David's last name under Riddle. He's issued 5 for 17 grand. Minerve Profil has issued 6 for 13. Mark Hutchinson, who's on here, 7 for 12 grand this week. And we still have today and tomorrow to go. So these numbers are stupid crazy. Jane Hill, 12 grand, 11 apps. Dan Mirdo, just above him, 13,000 with 13 apps and 12,000. Will Paree, who's on here, 6 apps for 11 grand. Stephanie Rodriguez, she's right over here in St. Pete. She's issued 17, Stephanie. Says she's shooting for 70 grand issue paid this month. Jake and Bell issued 22 apps for 9,700. Debbie Ben, 8 apps for 9,400. Brandon and Ashley Beal, 9,000 issued so far this week with 4 apps. And there you go. Jonathan and Megan Yake have issued 14 apps for 8,900. Annuity production. Glenn Nitty had a big one at 280. Terry and Tia Edwards had 2 of them. These are issued annuities, so they got that money in their bank account, 165,000. Randy, I know who this is. I'm going to say it's Barry. Randy Barry has one issued for 125. Megan Wood issued one for 30,000. Marcus and Carla. Leading with Foresters, scroll down a little bit, thank you. Minerve Profil's got the most issued with Foresters. They're paying out money, incentives, and bonuses. They're a leading carrier. Jake and Bell issued 9 with them for 6,500, and Jonathan May gets 6 for 5,700. Way to go, guys. Top recruiters, Olga and Jason leading the way this week with 7 recruits. Paul Roberts, and I know that's Tori. His daughter's killing it, 7 recruits. Jason and Tawny Carey, 6. Andy Riddle, 6. Jane Bazan, 6. Joseph 2 has 4. Chris C, not sure who that is. I don't have his last name in front of me. Under Ed Soto's group's got 3. Way to go, Chris. Mike and Carrie Williams have put in 3. Cody Perkins and ABTF put in 2. And Thomas V, part of Olga's group, put in 2. Okay, that's good stuff right there. Let's go to the one you showed. The month to date was right on track. The other ones that I was sending you. There we go. All right, here we go. Check this out. Jonathan Megan. There you are. Wave, Jonathan Megan. 15 apps for $51,000. That includes an annuity app. So if you look at this, this is very detailed. A lot of times I don't put stuff like this, but look, they've had 15 life apps, no IULs, and they issued an annuity. So you know part of it's an annuity. Mark Hutchinson, who's on here, he's issued 12 apps, 1 annuity for $41,000. This is this month. This month, people. Megan Wood has issued 45 life apps, 1 annuity, and 1 IUL for 45 apps this month, $28,000. So we're in the 2nd week of the month and issued $28,000. Glenn Nitty had 1 big annuity for $28,000. Brandon and Ashley have had 5 IULs, 3 other life apps for $24,000. Annette Hare, 7 apps for $22,000. Terry and Tia Edwards, look at that. 2 annuities, 1 IUL, 7 life apps for $21,000. That's the K guy that I didn't know his name. David Craywick, I still don't know his name. Craywick is what I'm going with. 19,000, 6 apps. Will Paree, 10 apps, 19,000 so far this month. Woohoo! Minerve Profil. Look at this. Junior Korea, Jeremico Edwards, Mimi Romero. Look at all these over 10 grand. So halfway through the month, we've had 33 people go 10,000 issued. Smoking right there. Setting the example, setting it out in front of everybody. So, okay, go give me another one, Amber. See what else I've got here. Top 50, thank you. Year to date, here we go. Look at this. Megan Wood, everybody needs to see this. 554 apps. Look, she's had 4 annuities issued, 6 IULs for 550 applications issued, 322. We're just right at halfway through the year. So she's on a track to do a 640,000. I'm thinking she'll hit 750,000 of production. she might be going for $1 million, because she did say, I might just see how much I can do. What if she issued $1 million personal life production this year? Or production, annuities, IULs, and everything. That'd be crazy. Katrina Gustin is coming hard. I don't know if she's been able to pop on yet. Paul and Sam Menachino coming on strong. Look at that. Look how close that is. That's an exact tie. That's impossible. $257,650 in premium. Woohoo! Mark Hutchinson's not too far behind. Kyle and Janina. Janina's been out 2 weeks with surgery. She's back. She's all good. Don't be asking. She's all good. 245,186 apps. Sarge, Robert Wilson, 218. James and Jane Hill. Brant Swindell, number 8, number 9. There you are, Jonathan and Megan. Jonathan, y'all's name keep coming up. Can y'all just say something here? Y'all, are we going to see any changes the rest of the year? Are you going to stay steady right where you are? What are y'all shooting for?
No, we're not trying to stay where we are. We're definitely trying to grow. We're just trying to keep our head down as much as possible and serve our clients better than we ever have, with all the different opportunities that we have to serve them. We're trying to grow, man.
Yep.
I am proud of both of y'all, Jonathan. Jonathan, what did you have a minute? I know it's take a lot of time.
Yeah.
Did you have a minute to see that Megan Wood video and training?
Yeah, I was on it. It was incredible.
What was your biggest 2 takeaways?
Biggest 2 takeaways? I think the first one is taking the lid off. Like she said, instead of doing an annual review a year later, just book it the next week, which I've started doing. So
going right back to your existing client.
Yeah, I'm just booking 7-day. I'm saying, look, you might not be approved by then, but we're gonna book it a week from now, and I'm gonna see how it goes. But that was a big one. And then another one is just how bold she was in going to people's houses. Just showing up with everything going on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? Have you heard the saying, a thimble full of boldness? You know, a thimble like you put on your thumb. I don't know if you've ever seen it for sewing. A thimble, this little tiny cup full of boldness. I had a friend named Barry. He used to say a thimble full of rear end would be good too, but he'd say it different. He said, just a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
what about you, Megan? What'd you get out of another Megan?
Well, the boldness is a big part of it, but I was just gonna say, just specifically, like, she's just taken the time slowly. It hasn't happened overnight. I think that's important for all of us to realize, that she has slowly worked on improving product knowledge and worked on customer service. And those are major factors in the success that she's having. And we're just all trying to adopt that and get better.
I like it. I see y'all moving up. Amber, give me another leaderboard. What else did I send you? Top 50 foresters, producers. These are not the ones I texted you, Amber. I cut and paste them. You're just pulling up what Chris gave you, and that's not what I want you to show. Look at the ones I texted you. Pull these down, and I'll get into the training. Let me know when you got those, because I just cut them. Pull that down, if you will, Amber. Just pull those down. Take them off is what I'm saying. All right, here we go. All the ones that I popped to you, not everything that Chris Shepard sent. It's just the ones I texted you. Okay, Jeremy, I see you down there, buddy.
Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm gonna come to you in a minute, man.
Okay, all right, cool.
I want to know what you get. Respect, baby. This is one of our values. Next slide, Amber. Let's move it down. All right, here's the fourth. My comment about respect. Here we go. To be one, to be united is a great thing. Imagine this, team. If we could all be one, which would be unbelievable, but to respect, but to respect the right to be different, maybe even greater. You look, Albright, Megan and Jonathan, and Jeremico that I can see. Y'all might can see more people. That is massive differences. Here's the one thing that we're united and we're the same in. We believe in work. We believe in production. We believe in the black and the white of the numbers on the board. You've heard that, right? Put the number in a square. Leave the drama out. Well, I'm old. Now, I know you are. I respect that. Well, I'm young. I respect that. Well, I'm white. Now, I respect that. Well, I'm Asian. Well, I respect that. Well, I'm tall. Well, I respect that. Okay. Well, I have a different religion. Well, I respect that. What are we unified in? Work and the numbers. Boom. Does that make? But we respect everything else. But these numbers we hold up here. Okay. Moral. One of the best ways to show respect for someone is to truly listen and hear their point of view. We should allow each other to have and express our own views regardless of whether we agree with them or not. Ain't that difficult? Okay, let's go on to the next slide. There's 4 things we want to talk about for respect. How do we respect? We're tolerant, which is we show empathy and patience. These are next to impossible attributes. Courteous. This has a lot to do with the way you were raised, or if you choose to read a book, there's a great book, I'll mention it again, it's called Choosing Civility. Courtesy and manners, it's almost impossible. Rely on the facts. You mean we're not going to do opinions? We're not going to be feelings? Relative perspective and vast experience will cover that. Humility. But we're number 1 in the country. We're number 10. We should be arrogant and conceited and look down at people. Nope, we're going to have humility, diplomacy, and professionalism at all times. This is our plan, guys. This is a daunting plan, if you ask me. I was like, but this is the most, okay, this is how we're going to behave, and this is the best recruiting strategy y'all have ever seen in your life. I promise you this. You learn how to do this. If you could knock out those 4 things, everybody get in business with you. I don't care commission. I don't care products. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're selling crack. I don't care if you're selling love, if you're selling insurance, if you're selling Amway soap. This is a way to get these people in. You with me? You get them in, and then we know we got a great product. We know we got the facts, and we got the figures, and we got the experience and all that. But this is these 4 things right here. Boom, get them in, Jeremy. Okay, let me make sure I'm checking my notes. All right, let's go to back it back up, Amber. Go back up to number 2. I'm gonna say this. Thank you, buddy. Listen to this. I made this note. We are a collection of mutts. Y'all know what mutts are? They ain't collies, they ain't German shepherds. They're a mix. They're a mutt. This dog, that's what we are. We have different creeds, different races, hey, this is a big one, bank accounts. A big disparity in bank accounts. Hey, I was thinking about 2. Look at this one. Alex Avian, Adam Katz. 2 guys, 2 men, but way different talkies, way different wifeys, way different views, way different heights, hairdos, everything. Way different. We're a collection of mutts. All right, but we're united on work ethic, respect the rights, and move up. We challenge each. Here's let me tell you the opposite of this. You put your opinion of a race, a religion, a creed, a political comment on band. Who cares? Who cares? What about if I put it on Twitter? We're doing numbers, folks. We're going to unite. We're going to focus on what we're focusing on. Respect everybody's right. Don't try to make them think like you, Jeremico. Jeremico said, I don't care if they think like me. Jeremico, put up the numbers, bro. It's called focus, man. Respect them. If they want to put up their opinions, say, should I give them a thumbs up? You have a right to not comment, Jeremico. They have a right to post. Does that make sense? Respect it. But they can respect that you ain't commenting. You respect that they're commenting and move on. Does that make sense? But the alliance, what we're shooting for is a intense focus, like a laser, on what we are trying to do. We're not trying to say, hey, we got all these things fenced in out here trying to save the turtles. Woohoo! I ain't got to post about that. I ain't focused on that. I see it. I'm not blind. I see it. A friend of mine, he said they were good on saltine crackers, but you can't put stuff like that up. People get mad. So I'm not going to say nothing about it. I ain't never had it. I ain't going to try it. I ain't going to do it. Okay. So don't be sending the Greenpeace cops or whoever comes out, or PETA or Potter or whatever they, I don't know. You with me? Like, respect the turtle people, respect the lion people, respect the hunters, respect the vegetarians. Well, we give a crap. What we're united on is what we do. What if we had 100% focus and respect everybody's opinion, but focus on what we do? Hey, I got a tip for you. And this might, I ain't trying to hit anybody upside the head, but weighing in on opinions is distractions. How about that one? I hear people, well, he's just telling me this. I just tell him my opinion. Oh, weighing in, are you? Well, what should I do? Well, probably make another phone call or do another app or hire somebody. Well, I've got other interests besides this. Well, clearly you do. Clearly Megan has other interests. Clearly Jeremico has other interests. Megan, who's got time to weigh in? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Hey, scroll it down for me. I want to say that and move on. Me and Jeff are talking about that. That'd be cool. All right, 4 behaviors. Scrolling down number 5. Okay, the first one. Shoot, back up, Amber. I forgot some stuff here. All right. Think about this. I wonder if I can see. Can y'all, let me see. Can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see. Hey, Menakino, what's up, brother? Hutchins is on here. What's up, brother? Will Paris up on here. I done offended any of you 5 already. Hey, listen to me. Everything, read these down here below. Tolerant, courteous, facts, humility. Is this the most emotional stuff you've ever heard of in your life? Emotions are distractions. I got one of my buddies. I hope he's on here. I'm going to text him and say, bro, are you listening to this? Because if he is, I'm going to tell you what, it's life changing. Me and him were talking yesterday. I got to do it, man. This is a distraction too. This is my buddy, man. I got to keep my buddy on track, man. I hope you are listening to this TWC call. Think about it, guys. Anytime you have an emotional issue, tie it back to one of these things. Any emotional issue you have. So, Andy, you perfect. I'll be done punched you in the face. How's that for emotional? I get as emotional. Yes, what I'm talking about. I get emotional, but when I realize it, I've got to get back down to here. That makes sense? Oh, and I do. I'm a mad mofo. You know what I mean? All right. Emotions will make you not rich. Work will get you rich. Energy focused on work will get you rich. Energy focused on not work will keep you broke. Paul Menakino, broke. Paul, come on here. You remember when you was having a problem a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever, and I called you and said, when are you going to rejoin us and start selling?
Yeah, you're talking about where I ran like 15 appointments and I didn't sell anything?
Yeah, 15 in a row, you get jacked.
Yeah, 15 in a row. Sat and talked to 15.
What'd you say, 250 what?
Was sat and talked to 15 in a row and like didn't sell anything.
Not no show. And you
not
remember,
no show, like sat them.
Your non-emotional reaction was brilliant. Would you tell them what you did, your non-emotional reaction?
I think my non-emotional reaction was I texted Jane Hill and I said I sat on 15 appointments in a row and I haven't closed anything. And she texted me back something simple like, either you're not building rapport or you're not building the why. And I said, got it. She said, you want to talk? I was like, nope, I figured out what I was doing wrong. Like, she texted me and I was like, yeah, I'm not building a why at all. Like, it was clear to me that all I was doing was just throwing products at people thinking they should buy. I don't know, maybe because I felt like I was that good, Andy, that I could just, I forgot to build the why. And I was just thinking people would buy off of logic instead of emotion. And so immediately after that, the next day I made like 4 sales. So
You made a non-emotional decision. You didn't curl up in a fetal position. You didn't shoot somebody. You didn't do donuts in front of somebody's yard. You didn't tear down their mailbox. You didn't stop going to appointments. You made a non-emotional decision, texted Jane and said, I've been on 15 appointments. She came back, you read it, and you did it, and you picked up what, 4 out of 4? Next 4?
No, it was just 4 apps the next morning, so not too bad though. So it wasn't 4 out of 4. 4 applications out of like, I think it was 4 appointments, but I closed like 3 of them.
So next day, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Non-emotional.
Not bad.
Emotions kill productivity. All these 4 things, I'm going to hammer them. They kill it. Listen to this. Imagine this. If you're terrible at CCLs, what does that tell you about these 4 behaviors of respect to that person? If you do all 4 of these, CCLs will be the easiest thing you've ever heard. Recruiting. I recruit a guy and he won't return my text or my phone call. What you want to bet one of these 4 things is right on what your situation is. It's one of these 4 things we're going to cover. It's like, I recruited him, he won't call me back. I can't get back in the house. I promise you, these are the 4 things. Respect. We said people don't remember what you say, but they remember what they feel. These are the 4 things that make them feel a certain way. This is the feelings right here. By the way, this is universal. This is worldwide, everybody. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Recruiting, you use these 4 things on other people. CCL, you use these 4 things on other people. You getting rich, use these 4 things on you. Use these 4 things on you to help you get rich. In other words, you master them, you get rich. You master them with people, and you got clients and agents galore. Okay? All right, so now let's scroll, Amber. Thank you for 4. I think we can go ahead to 5. No, you're right. Right there's it. Okay. Let's see if I can have to move y'all. I like looking at y'all because I can talk to you. But All right. This is the first one, which is be tolerant and accepting. Tolerance is about not having beliefs. In other words, I know you got an opinion. I said don't weigh in on opinion. This is not saying you don't have an opinion. Okay? It's about how your beliefs lead you to treat people who disagree with you. So, hey, Katrina, I see you now. All right. How do you treat people who disagree with you? It's not that you don't have an opinion, but how do you treat people that disagree with you? Okay. All right. The moral: be accepting, showing empathy will determine your level of tolerance or having patience, which then affects the way you treat others. The positive treatment of others creates the following 3 things. It gives you respect for yourself, respect for others, and a respect for the belief system or your company structure or your country structure or your county structure or your city. So if you see someone destroying something and somebody says, wonder why they do that, I go, they don't respect the system that we've got. Why don't they respect the system? They don't respect others. How come you don't respect others? Don't respect yourself. We've said it another way. We keep it really, really simple. It works like this. Hurt people hurt people. So if people are hurt, they're going to hurt others. If people don't respect themselves, they don't respect others, and they sure to God ain't going to respect the system. So they're going to try to destroy the system by making fun of it, cutting it down, making fun of the leads, making fun of the governor, making fun. When you don't respect yourself, does that make sense? You're going to try to tear down. So if you're in a house, if you don't like what you see around the house, if you don't believe in hunting and they got deer heads and dead fish hanging on the wall and squirrels mounted and beavers, stuff like that, and you're like, how do you kill this stuff? Like, bro, leave the man alone. Or if you say, walk in there and go, yeah, my friend, he shot a rhino, man, got the daggone nose in his garage. Well, why do you want to get into all that? You with me? Find out what this man wants to talk about and let that man talk. Respect yourself, respect others, respect the system. All right, here we go. It's easy to hate somebody. It's easy to love somebody. Think about that. If you hate somebody, like, man, I hate him. Oh, you got 50 reasons why. Okay? I love this person. I got 50 reasons why. Empathy, on the other hand, is next to impossible. That's where you listen to their opinion, who's exactly the opposite of yours. How about this one? The person that I'm talking about, he don't even believe that he should listen to my opinion. Cool? No, you don't understand. I have to listen to his opinion, but he don't have to listen to my opinion. Ah, cool. Well, can I hate him for that? Well, you can. Or you could just listen to his opinion and say, huh, why do you feel that way? Oh, okay. I got you. I hear you. Don't agree. You're not agreeing, but just listen. It's the hardest thing in the world. But if you hate them, you can say, I hate you. Here's the 72 reasons why. Or you can say, I love you, and here's the 72 reasons I love you. But why to be tolerant with somebody that you feel like you should hate them, but you just like listen to them, respect them? Oh my gosh. Okay, you get the idea. It's going to be impossible. I'm going to talk about the impossible today. Hurt people. Let's go to the next one, Amber. 2 things that make it hard to do empathy. That's not what it's supposed to say. 2 things to be tolerant and accepting. Empathy and patience. Okay. Tolerant with other people and accept other people, you're going to have empathy. Empathy is acceptance. Do not judge another person till you have walked a mile in their shoes. During this process, we must not only consider what they feel, but also recognize why they feel it, what they feel, and why they feel. This is next to important. So you feel this way. Okay. All right, listen to this. If I were in that person's situation, how would I want to be treated? The treatment is connecting the bridge between empathy and respect. How do you treat them? If you go talk to the hand, the face ain't listening, this is not acceptance. If you've got, a lot of people miss this one too. If you've got a look on your face like this, if you're not on Zoom, I guess it's hard to see that, but you would have a sneer looking like you think they're a complete moron, and you call that listening. I asked one guy one time, I kept telling him, I said, bro, your face is just, you got to hold, he almost needed to hold a mirror up all the time, because no matter what he was saying, you could tell what he was thinking. And it just drives you crazy. Like, get that neck all going up now. Like that. Okay. Why they feel that way, what do they feel? If you can do both, it'll mess people up. Okay, let's look at patience, showing tolerance. This is a process of relying on a fair, objective attitude. I like when people, I am being objective. If they got their finger going, I am being objective. I am being fair. You remember the part where emotions are getting out of control? That's where you're jacked up, okay? An objective attitude toward those whose opinion and practice is different from one's own, which quickly produces a behavior of restraint to react. Patience, the bait of negativity. So when somebody's just doing something that irritates the snot out of you, and you can't just go like, hey man, they got the wrong information. But you overreact, that you show that emotion. I call this getting into the muck, getting into the mud, getting into the dookie. Whereas if you could just say, oh, this is big. Menachino, Will, Olive, John, this is big right here. All right, here we go. You know how I say waiting will kill you? You need to act. That's what you do when there's a business opportunity. When people are the opposite of you, acting will get you in trouble. Or if they totally agree with you, acting will get you in trouble. In other words, Jeremico, if a guy says, I love mortgage protection and final expense, and you go, it's fantastic, we do too. Wrongy dongy. You need to wait. So when it comes to recruiting or clients, you wait to react. You don't act. When it comes to you got a list of things you need to do in your life, you act, you don't wait. Y'all seen me do this before, right? You're acting when you should be waiting. You're waiting when you should be acting. That's the way most people, when they can't figure it out, and they say things to me like, Jonathan, they'll say to me, is there anything I'm doing wrong? Is there a reason I have a tiny, tiny little business? It's not me, is it? I'm like, no, man, it's just, it's just timing and fortune. And when fortune shines, yeah, I see what you're saying, man. It's just, your time, every dog gets his day, and you a dog, and your day's coming. Oh, I want to say you're acting when you should be waiting, and you're waiting when you should be acting. Your zig is zagging when your zag should be zigging. Okay, so this is the patience. It's a bait too. Satan will get you. He'll be like, gotcha. You with me? Emotions take you out of the game, Will Paris. Emotions. By the way, the closest to you will trick you the most. People you don't know, you seem to not care, but when it's people you care about, your sensitivity will go up a lot quicker. All right, we got to keep moving. I ain't going to get through this like I did the other day. Let's move to be considerate. Okay, I want to back up. Let's back up. Katrina's really good at this one before. Katrina, can you hit an unmute?
Oh, look, I figured it out. Hey.
Hey, look, you're like number 2 in the country. Killing it.
I'm excited.
Smoking. If you had got, Menachino says 3. If you had got less excited because you did a big deal, and you got less upset because of Les or Andy Albright, or maybe Jane did something crazy, if you did less getting upset and less getting excited, can you see where you could get more done?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm working on tuning that down. I think it's a good idea.
Me too. You know why I hate these talks? Because half the time I'm talking to me. I read a quote the other day, guy, he said, if I had to kick the ass of the person that caused me the most problems, I wouldn't be able to sit down for a week.
Well.
All right. Katrina, I
Sir.
wish you well. I hope you take over number 1. I think you can do it.
I think I can too.
All it takes is a little luck, and every dog's got his day, right?
That's right.
Appreciate. I want people to see who's coming for Megan, and I want to see. I won't want her to have to look back. I want her to keep looking forward. She can look forward and see y'all. See, she can see y'all. But if she looks backwards, the production, she might miss where she's going. So I want to see who y'all are because y'all are the contenders. Okay, let's go to number 6, the next slide. Being considerate. This is pain in the rear end too. Be considerate. We must all be courteous to a man as we are to a good picture. Like if you see a good picture on the wall, you like that picture right there? Look at this picture. You see it? See? Just be courteous to the picture. Why you gotta? Here's what people do, which are willing to give advantage to good. Here's what people do. All right, this is not you, Megan, Oliver, Yakey. This is not you. All right, Jonathan, this has never happened, but I'm gonna use my imagination. You go into a restaurant, she is mad as hell at something you've done. I know it's never happened. She won't even speak to you. You try to touch her hand, she slaps it away. And then she comes up to the hostess girl. She says, "Hey, how are you?" I know it's never happened. It's never happened in my life. It's never happened in your life, but it happens in people's lives. They'll be nice as hell to somebody they don't know, but somebody close to them, they'll be mean to them because they're mad about something. Katrina, you see what I'm saying? Ralph Waldo Emerson, he said, if we could just be as courteous to a man as we are to a good picture. So the courtesy is not reacting to the picture. But I mean, I guess people do react to pictures, but I guess a good picture, so a picture we like, which we are willing to give the advantage of a good light. Okay, so in other words, we put the picture in good light. All right, being considerate. Moral, be polite is giving people the benefit of the doubt through a courteous behavior. I hope y'all never are any legal battles, but I have dealt with some stuff, you know, as I have agents across the country in different situations. And it's interesting, the people that are the richest, no matter how much we were fighting, when we sat down at the table, they were courteous and polite. They were never asses. They were never jerks about it. They, don't get me wrong, we had disagreed, but there was no emotion. The people that are richest have the least emotions and they're the most courteous. Like they just seldom, they're seldom mean to the waitress or mean to the person that ripped their head off or totally disagrees with them. They're more like this right here. Don't get me wrong. They have an opinion, every one of them, strong as everything, but the courteousness and the politeness are the ones that end up, I see, making the most money. Okay, moral. Being polite is giving the people the benefit of the doubt. A courteous behavior, being well-mannered, is the evidence of a civilized nature. Okay, it's important to note that good manners must be the precursor to demonstrating courteous. That's why I mentioned this book. Some of you, if you feel like your parents, if you were not raised through good civility, or you don't know what if I say manners and you don't know what that means, this book by P.M. Forney, Forni, it says it's called Choosing Civility. I'll give you an example. When we eat, we use a spoon and a fork. You don't have to. You can eat everything with your hands. Okay? That was brought about over time. You don't have to wear a belt. Courteousness. You don't have to pull your pants up above your crack. You don't have to. It's your call. But manners, you don't have to say, excuse me. You could say, get the hell out of my way. Or you could just push them. You could root by them. Manners are tricky. Okay? So these things that you were brought up saying, excuse me, could you pass the salt? Versus reaching and getting your elbow up in their nose and grabbing the salt and pulling it back. These are manners or courteousness or politeness. It's being considerate. Putting on your shirt before you go in a restaurant. Some restaurants make you, some don't. just different than taking off your hat. All these, don't take your hat off, Mark. I'm saying in a restaurant, but you know what I'm saying? It's like if people, it's just courteousness, things that show respect, things that show courtesy. Good manners looks like the person is sensible. Does that make any sense? If they don't show good manners, they look psycho. They look lunatic, frightening, and people are weary of them. They don't trust them because they don't lay out this courteousness, this considerateness. Okay, let's go to number 7. There's 2 ways to be considerate. Okay, you have to have courtesy and you have to have manners. Okay, to be a considerate person, politeness. The enemy of courteous is being rude. Have you ever met somebody that was just plain rude, didn't speak? Same thing. Your neighbor says, I wish, this tree fell over at my house, and you go like, I'm not picking it up. And then they get it up themselves, and the next time you wave at them and they don't wave. Like, couldn't you just be mad about the tree and still wave? You see what I'm saying? Could you be mad and still wave? Just rude. Rudeness is the face of disrespect. Rudeness is the face of disrespect. Rudeness is a face of disrespect, and it's a weak person's imitation of strength. So if you ever have a person that's a jerk to you, or if a person replies back to a text and it's just downright rude, that is their show of strength, but they are weak. A weak person will resort to rudeness when the facts, like if a person says like, you left your tree on my house, I didn't pick it up. Like, yeah. So you deserve for them to be rude to you. It's fine with me, not my problem. It shows their weakness by being rude. Okay. Civility or manners. Manners have been called the shadows of our virtues. So whoever you are, and you look at your manners. So if your manners are reflecting who you really are, so your rudeness is just a reflection of who you really are, your virtues. Okay. Manners, sometimes referred to as etiquette, is a way of paying reverence or respect to existing and accepted social standards of decency. I'm going to show y'all something. I don't think I've ever do this on a conference call because it's hard to do. If you ever sit down, like if you're one of the agency managers coming there, we have a big banquet deal on Saturday night. There's always a little bread plate, and there's a water, and there's a water here, and there's a water here. And a lot of people would just grab the first one and start drinking. And then it'll mess up who's got the water if you don't grab the right one. Here's the easiest thing to do. I don't know how this will do when you're looking at me. This one's your bread plate, and this one is your drink. See, if you're looking at it like that, you see how that's D for drink, and this is a B for bread. It's just common courtesy that the drink is the one to, like if you're looking at the table, that's your drink. The little plate, the one to your left, that's yours. It's just, it is, what did I call it? It is the social standards. Another one is, you'll see like, especially like, I mean, no offense, but a lot of times the lower income, when you put down a plate in front of them, they start eating. And then you'll see the higher respectful people, and sometimes it's a respectful person that's young, they'll wait for everybody else to get their food. It's just a social standard thing. That's why that choosing civility is really good. And so like if you get a recruiter and he recruits somebody, and then when the food comes and he eats it like that, a person might even not know why you don't like them. You don't even know why you don't like them, but he's so programmed. Now, a person who's rude and gets hired by a rude person, well, then it don't matter. But if a rude person is trying to recruit a higher grade person, that's the problem. That's why a lot of times the downline will jump to the upline because they respect the upline a lot more because they felt respected. This is all about the simple recruiting. Manners, the first step of morality, in other words, being right or doing the right thing. Manners typically leads to a person who does the right thing. That's why if you ever watch a movie or you know somebody that's got brilliant manners, but they're a crook, they're insanely deceptive. Think about the opposite. What if you're a good person but got terrible manners and look like a crook? Most crooks look like a crook. Sometimes they're good people who look like a crook. Sometimes a crook who's got good manners. You see how this is everything to do with current clients. All of us on the line here, y'all are top salespeople. We know people. Raise your hand if you know people that are terrible with current clients. You know people are terrible with current clients? Do you kind of know why now? You see why? You know them. They got opinions and they want to weigh in, don't they? They have terrible manners. Don't take their shoes off. Don't wipe their feet. Go get their own drink. There's a difference between boldness and being polite. You can be bold as everything and insanely polite and have great manners. Manners cease to have meaning without morals, and etiquette ceases to exist without morals. When combined, manners and etiquette create civility, valuing our differences by watching our tongues. Okay, let me give y'all something that's going to mess y'all up, okay? What if I told you that the common respect of the alliance is 40 appointments a week, and refusing to do 40 appointments a week is saying, I don't care if the standard is waiting for everybody else to eat, I'm going to eat anyway. I don't care if the standard is to use a fork. How about this? Scoop it. How about this? When they're doing soup, you with me? What's up with that? It's a social norm that you shouldn't do that. How about this? Hey, listen, you ever someone that get corn and spinach? It's social. Who are we? If we say a full-time person sits with 40 people and a person refuses to do it, they're being rude. They're fighting the social standard. What if I'm just part-time? Then you're not being rude if you're part-time. But if you're full-time and you're working, you're going to sit with 40 people. So you following on this? We are a collective that agrees on what? Work. 40 appointments. We're a collective that believes on current clients doing in hospital indemnity, accident policies, and child policies. To fight the norm is to be rude. Is to say, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I don't care. You want to cover your crack up? I'm going to come into the meeting with my crack showing. Rude, rude. I'm going to do 22 appointments and say I'm full-time. Rude. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to have my placement and persistency is 60%. Rude. I'm never going to sell an annuity. Rude. You're being rude to the collective assignment and social standards put in place. Common courtesy. As a whole, we want to have more products. By the way, some of y'all heard about integrity. I put out a video. I'm going to send this video out again. And if you managers will put it out, I said, we're going to be number one. We're part of this organization. We're going to be number one. If we're not collective in agreement, because some of us are rude, some of us are non-conforming, we're going to kill ourselves. You with me? The more of us that we get that follow the norm of courtesy and manners, and we just execute, the better we're going to be as a society. Because a person who doesn't respect society don't respect themselves, they don't respect others, and they dang sure ain't going to respect the system. I'm only going to do mortgage protection. Rude. I'm only going to do final expense. Rude. I'm not ever going to touch a Facebook lead. Rude. It's our who we are. It's our common courtesy. It's having manners. Oh, how about this one? If you didn't know you wasn't supposed to eat till everybody got their food, then you didn't know. As we know better, we do better. Man, my wife, and I'm gonna tell you what, if you met my wife, here's what she's gonna say. Two of y'all get the food, she'll be like, y'all go ahead and eat. Eat while it's warm. Don't worry about manners. Now it's okay. Someone has spoke up and said, we're gonna eat because while it's warm, they're taking too long. But if she won't do it, she'll give them a minute or two, but if it looks like they're gonna take too long, she'll say, go ahead and eat. That's manners. Make sense? So if a person says, Andy, I got health issues, I'm going to run 15 appointments a week. Manners go like this. Not having manners is like, there's a woman that's twice as sick as you, and she still does it. There's a guy with 10 times more health issues. Rude. On the other hand, we do put people on TWC that have issues. And by the way, I tell upline, I go, make sure people know you got issues, because then they can't make excuses because they got issues. You with me? All right. Oh, how about this? You'll like this one. Individual commitment to manners creates team commitment. Individual commitment to courtesy creates team courtesy. People say, how do I get my team moving? Individual commitment creates team commitment. The more individuals that we could, a lot of times I tell people the circle of you, if you would focus on you and you would get rich, it'd make a world of difference to everybody else. Well, I can't get rich, I don't have other people. You write 10,000 a day, heck, you write 5,000 a day. Heck, you write 3,000 a day. Listen to this. This is personal. I'm gonna try not to offend somebody. Got this brand new guy said, "What's his goal? 5,000 a week." I was like, "What did he say? Shouldn't it be 40 appointments? My man runs 40 appointments. Shouldn't he write like 15? Well, he's terrible. He's brand new. 8? Only 5? Rude. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but y'all, okay, Hutchinson, can you come on here? I don't want anybody to quit on this because I'm being real personal, but you follow what I'm saying, Hutchinson?
Absolutely.
So if you had a new guy who's getting started, says he wants to go all in, he's made 150,000 before, or he's made 90,000, what would you tell him is standard?
40 appointments a week.
Yeah. Being in 40 houses each week?
That's the goal, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that's the standard. My goal is not to start eating before you start eating. It's the standard. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
But what if I'm really hungry? You see what I'm saying? Like setting that standard of expectation. Now, listen to me, Hutchinson. One-on-one, I'm going to agree with about anything you say. But the standards be the standards. That's tricky, ain't it?
Hey, even my 2-year-old knows that. We sit down at the table. Don't eat yet. Don't eat yet. Let's pray. Thank you, Jesus, for this food. Amen.
Is that the goal or is that the standard?
That's the standard.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you could say, well, his goal is to hit the standard. But if you say, well, he's shot at 32, you're shooting for 40. You see how I'm edging it up on people?
Yep.
What if you do that with your team and keep edging it up, it'll grow. Oh, if you do that on yourself, it'll edge it up. Individual commitment moves it up. All right, let's try number 8. That one right there got me going right there. All right, rely on the facts. How am I doing on time? Not terrible. My boy, I try to give him a listen. He got something going on. He got issues. Everybody got issues. All right, number 8. Rely on the facts. Oh, facts. Very annoying because they're so stubborn. How many appointments do you do? 12. How many phone calls you make? I need to make more. How many phone calls you make? I know I need to do more. I know Megan does a lot. How many calls did you make? Facts are stubborn. Bullshit circles around like that. That's not stubborn. You with me? You can watch that out with some soap. Numbers, facts are stubborn. They are what they are. There's 168, let's get some going. There's 168 hours in a week. What'd you do with it? All right, moral. Whatever may be our wishes or our inclinations or our passions, we cannot alter the state of facts and evidence. That's what makes it so bad when Marcus Richardson sells so much, Katrina Guston sells so much, Jonathan and Megan sell so much, Mark Hutchinson, Jeremico. Because you want to say, like, you know, girls just can't sell as much. Then you got Katrina. Well, you know, single guys, they just can't sell as much. Then you got Lee Reyes. You see what I'm saying? In other words, facts get in the way of a bull crap story. Facts get in the way of all kinds of stuff. All right. Oh, there it is. Facts may get in the way of a good story, but when supported by relative perspective and vast experience, the facts become the story. You ever seen that happen? Somebody gets up front, I start getting the facts, and you hear one story, right? Until you start hearing the facts. And then the facts become the story. Not the story becoming the facts. It never happens. Facts become the story. Story never comes to facts. A lot of times the story gets tossed out because people want to leave out the facts. Sticking to the facts and figures will change your life. Facts get in the way of the bull crap. Okay, how about this? I didn't do 40. I failed. Got it. I didn't do 40. Let me tell you why. No. I'm good. That's being a little bit rude. No. I'm good. But the facts of the story we're looking for. How many phone calls did you make? Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go ahead and go to number 9. All right. Facts require 2 things. Relative perspective and vast experience. The good news is it don't have to be your experience, but still it's got to be experience. Okay. The idea that views are relative to difference in perception and consideration. Okay. You didn't make enough phone calls. You only made 10. What happened in your life? My dad had a heart attack and he died. And my mother was very upset. And he was only 42. It was sudden. Got it. Relative perspective. Andy, you don't understand. I have 2 kids. How many children y'all got, Katrina? 2? Oh, there you go. You don't understand. See, if I can produce an excuse buster or a curve buster for every one of your excuses, your relative difference changes the perception and the consideration. Facts, in this case, form a perspective bridge between the opposing views in order to create common ground where we gain the individual realization that we are not the only human being when we are not the only human being on earth, and there may be an alternate perspective based on facts. Does that make sense, Katrina? Based on facts. Like when Megan does 10,000 a day, we can't say things like, it's impossible. Katrina has caught up with Paul Menachino. Jeremico, you can't say it's impossible because Katrina did it. Hutchinson, you can't. It's a relative concept, Hutch. You see the perspective, Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Who else I got on here? Menachino, Will Perry. Will, let's talk about. Will, unmute. I want to talk about vast experience. The soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of wisdom. What are you doing based on what you know? Wisdom is supported by two kinds of facts. Hold on, I need VP of Foresters. Let me see. Hey, bud. I'm in the middle of a big conference call with about, I don't know, 1,000 people on here, Zoom call. We're messing them up, bud. You want to say hey to everybody? And I'll holler right back at you at like 2 o'clock.
You a great family for me. I'm sorry I can't be down there to hang with you, but give me a call whenever you can.
Hey, man. Everybody says, hey, Matt Berman, this is the VP of Foresters. He says he wishes he could be at our family. A lot of these people ain't going to be there either. We only got our top 48 managers. But we are kicking butt with Foresters. Foresters, guys, scream for Foresters. Woo!
Woo!
I love it. All right, man.
All right, brother. I'll holler at you.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. You okay? All right. All right. So he's VP. You got to be smart about that. All right, Will. Hey, that's wisdom right there. Matt Berman. I don't like not taking phone calls. People funny though. They'll take a phone call from some. I don't even want to get into it. I kind of do. All right. Knowledge, which means facts learned from documented evidence, like a book. Okay. Good judgment learned from observed evidence. So if you see a positive person start doing better with the company versus a negative person does less, that's observed good judgment. You see a person who books 500 phone calls consistently, or I should say books 40 appointments or makes 500 phone calls consistently, outperforms a person who does 10. That's a fact and a figure. If you read Goals by Brian Tracy, and he has all these information about people that set goals, like there's studies done, people that set goals outperform people that don't set goals 10-1. You go like, well, I go, bro, it's documented. Come on now, it's evidence. Come on now. All right. Will, you tracking with me on this?
100%.
So your numbers have started to go through the roof. You have acted on some wisdom. Can you give us some wisdom and some facts and figures and what you've seen that kind of backs up what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I spoke to you and I said, hey, I can't be here another 2 years and get the same result. And you said 40 appointments a week. Talk to Paul Menachino. Talk to Christina Gustin. Talk to these people who are killing it and figure out what they're doing. But it's not brain science. It's 40 appointments a week.
And what's happened since? Your income, your deposits, your submitted, your issued.
Everything is increased. Confidence, perspective.
Do you feel like you're more a part of the team?
Oh, 100%.
It's crazy.
Associating with a different group.
Say it again.
I said associating with a different group.
Yeah. Facts, man. You changed, and it seems like it changed the alliance, don't it?
Yeah, it did. Change the experience.
You changed the whole experience of the alliance by changing what you act on. And by the way, what you're not acting on. You're not getting sucked in, but you're acting. You see how it's like that? Now here's the bad thing. When a person you see a person start sitting in front of the row, then they go to the middle, then they go to the back, then they all of a sudden You can't even reach out and tell them they're doing this. You got to be careful. I was talking to Megan Wood. I said, be careful. You don't do that. Keep that appreciation and that memory. You got to get it you got to get it just dialed in where it's 100%. Like when Menachino goes 0 for 15, brother, text her. If anything, you say, well, how would you tell him different? Text quicker. If you miss 3 in a row from now on, Makino, check, because you are damn good, Bo. Hey, the emotion you were feeling was stubbornness. You were like, facts. I'm better than this. All right, I'm going to move y'all over. All right, here we go. Rely on the facts. I want to give you my opinion. All right, let's go to the next slide. See what's next. Oh no, this is. This one's great. This was great. It's the worst one. Humility. I got a song. I know y'all like it when I sing. Have you ever heard my song on humility, Hutchinson? You hadn't? Jeremico? You have? You hadn't heard my song? You ready? You think you're ready? Well, tune in. Dong, dong. Get your tuner going. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're beautiful and you're here to stay. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble. Y'all like that?
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
My insurance career goes to snot. I'm going to go into country singing. That's going to be one of my songs. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble. I need to get more words to it. There are more words to it. We come nearest to great when we have humility. When we realize how dumb we are and how little we are, we're the nearest to great, the nearest to God when we realize how tiny we are. That's why when you're very upset because somebody died or you got your finger cut off or your eye poked out, if you go outside into nature and walk around and see how little you are, that's one of the reasons the ocean is so popular. It tells you how little you are and how tiny your problems are, even though they sound unbelievably big. And that's when you're insanely humble, and that's when you're closest to great or closest to God. That's why when somebody goes through something bad, you tell them to go to a lake, get outside, walk around the lake. They're near the ocean. If they're out in big trees, it changes the whole perspective. Okay, moral. When you practice humility, you gain respect of others more effectively. Humility is a practical trait that requires constant monitoring, especially since arrogance is always tugging at us. Let's raise our hand. This will make us feel better about ourselves. How many people know people that are more arrogant than you are? Raise your hand because you know people that are more arrogant. Let me see. More arrogant. You know people that are more arrogant. Does that draw you nearer to them? No. We all have to fight it because it's tugging on us. You're smart. You know everything. You've been around, especially when people in their teens. They get real arrogant a lot of times in their teens. To gain respect, gain humility. I'm doing on time. I'm running tight. Gain respect, gain humility. The enemy of humility is arrogance. The enemy of courteousness is rudeness, being rude. The enemy of courteous is arrogance. I don't sense any arrogance with Megan. I sense confidence, which is totally different than arrogance. My guess is she doesn't show any arrogance with clients. Stories of mistakes, stories of problems. I've said this to some people. I've said, look, people think you act like your life is perfect. People hate that arrogance because people know it ain't. All right. Let's go to this next slide. There's 2 ways to be arrogant, to not be arrogant. 2 ways to be humble. All right. Diplomacy and professionalism will keep you from being arrogant. Diplomacy and professionalism. Demonstrating tactfulness, being tactful. Tact and diplomacy are skills centered around an understanding of other people and being sensitive to their opinions, beliefs, and feelings. Effective use of such skills come from being able to sense accurately what another person is feeling or thinking, and then responding with humility as to avoid bad feelings or awkwardness. Okay, so watch this. I like to see y'all's face on this. Okay, responding with humility to avoid bad feelings. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so this is my attempt at being humble to avoid bad feelings. I react strongly and weigh in sometimes when I should have shut the front cake hole. How many of y'all agree with that? You weigh in. Okay. So if someone on here is constantly weighing in, I'm with you. It's a battle with me. I want to weigh in. I said, when we finish all this stuff with integrity, I pray that I don't weigh in. Because, I'd be like, let me tell you what I think. You follow what I'm saying? Now that I've got $1 million in the bank, let me tell you what I think. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to offend those that weigh in a lot on band, or they weigh in a lot on social media, or they weigh in a lot at parties on opinions. You with me? If we could get everybody to weigh in on the fact of 40 appointments and weigh in on that, we could agree on that, right? We could agree on work. We could agree that we're going to share information. We can agree on that. But if we could stop everything else, I was talking to one of my guys, and he said, if we could get everybody to focus on what's in it for them, y'all know that radio station, WIFM, what's in it for me, WIFM, what's in it for me, WIIFM, what's in it for, if people would focus on what's in it for them, like, what's in it for me if I do 40 appointments? Well, there's a couple things. Blah, 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 blah. What's in it for me if I get all my team saying 40 appointments? Blah, 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 blah. What if I get my whole team to stop weighing in on other subjects? Like, what's your opinion of the Dallas Cowboys? Who cares? That ain't our team. It's America's team. What? What's this weighing in? I want to weigh in. It's a battle, people. Y'all see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying not to offend the weigher-inners. So it's my attempt at humility, going like, hey, I'm with you fellas. Because you offend people, so you got to be careful with that. How do you do that? How do you effectively use skills? Comes from being able to sense accurately, because I'm sensing that someone might be offended. So I'm saying, look, guys, all right, I don't want to have any bad feelings or awkwardness. Like, what about this? Think about this, Hutch. If you disagree with a client and we have a little bit of debate, you share your opinion, he sells yours, and then we agree to disagree, right? Then the next time we together, if there's a little bit of awkwardness, you see how that prevents another sale?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? And then some people say, well, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Okay, stand for it. We're in here trying to make sales. Does that make sense? Like, we're not out there trying to change the world. We're trying to change our world. WIIFM. What's in it for me? Or in your case, WIIFY. What's in it for you? Well, hospital indemnity plan. That's what's in it for you. Well, don't you think I ought to change her and get her to become a Christian? Hey, she's happy what she's doing. She's happy being a Methodist. Let her be a Methodist. What do you care? He's a Baptist. Baptist, cray. They gonna get cancer. That's a Baptist. Calm down. You with me? Well, what if they're just depressed and they're asking you, how are you so happy? Then you could say, well, I'm happy because I got Jesus inside. They go, I don't believe Jesus. So, well, a lot of people don't. I agree with that. But you asking why I'm so happy, this is for me. For you, it might be chocolate. You might be a chocolate person, or you might be a listen to country music person. I don't know. But they're asking you. You see what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into an argument about it. We're gonna we don't want nothing awkward about it, right? And don't be like, my best friend's a Presbyterian. That don't get a good name. They don't like that. Don't tell them what your best friend is. Does that make sense? My best friend's a Presbyterian. Like, bro, don't go there. Just say, hey, cool. You with me? Okay, let's see what's next. All right, professionalism, demonstrating dignity. Truthful professionalism is the kind needed throughout our lives. Would only be found in those rare individuals that seek wise counsel, admit when they're wrong, and allow others to take credit. No, I see. So, all right. It's how you get rich right here, boys and girls. Counsel, admitting, and allowing. Seeking counsel. All I know is I'm just running my 40 appointments. Oh, okay. Not seeking counsel, are you? Nope. Don't need it. I know what to do. Run my 40 appointments. Oh, okay. Did you listen to the Megan Wood thing? Nope. I know what to do. So seeking counsel is out for you. Yep, out. I know what to do. 40 appointments. Find other people to do 40 appointments. I don't need anything else. Cool. So seeking counsel. Nope, I'm out on that one. How about this one? Admit when you're wrong. I ain't never sold an annuity in my life, but I'm trying and I'm doing all I can do, and I just ain't got the skill set that Brant Swindell's got. I just ain't got the skill set that Jeremico's got, but I'm getting them. Okay. Are you filling out the green sheet? Well, I need to do better at that. Bro, you got an admission problem, don't you? Just say, I'm wrong. I never even asked where the money is. Just say, I don't know how to do it, and I like to know how. Oh, well, then that goes back into seeking counsel. Admitting wrong. Allowing others to get credit. Jane Hill texted me, you're not doing building rapport or building the why. Paul Menokino said, I could have went somewhere and sat beside a tree and meditated, and I came up with an answer. He texted Jane. He gave credit. Boom, yeah. Giving credit. Seeking counsel. Admitting being wrong. Giving credit. These are crazy get-rich things that show humility. Bright said this one. Listen to this. People who don't do these things are intoxicated by their own importance. They are drunk with their own who they are. I'm special. My opinion matters. I'm going to weigh in. I make a difference. You got to know how I feel. They're intoxicated with their importance. Drunk with it. You know how it is? Well, sorry, some of you don't know, but some of you know. Like when you're drunk, you can't see nothing, hear nothing, know nothing, do nothing. They're intoxicated with their importance, and it's always there with them. Oh. So, individually, if you dignify their dumbness by acknowledging their dumbness, it wastes your time. Will, this one's crazy. You tracking with me, Will? If you dignify their dumbness, dignify means you acknowledge and argue back. It kills your emotions. Because you're going to be mad or you're going to be happy. Okay? So if a person tells you the greatest thing in the world and you go like, I am great, ain't I? Stops you from working. if a person is gets your opinion on, let's say a person goes like, I don't like red meat. You'd be like, cool. But you could say, I like a big ribeye with a bone up in it. I like the marrow out of a ribeye. They go like, it's bad for you. You go like, look here, baby. Does this look bad? How about that? That look bad? And they go like, well, it's gonna kill you eventually. You say, I'm gonna die of something. Might as well be COVID. I'd rather die from red meat than I would COVID. You see how you're dignifying their downplay of red meat? Can you think of examples that people try to put something on you and you want to dignify their whatever it is? If somebody says, I don't want to buy no life insurance. How about that? Somebody says, I don't believe in life insurance. I bet you, she ain't perfect, but I bet you don't dignify that answer. I bet you what she'll do is she'll be like, well, my daddy, he had cancer. My friend Michael, he didn't think he was going to die, but he did. He's in a car wreck and ran over. So what I did, I didn't want to lose my house because I didn't want my little boy. So I filled out a mortgage protection lead. When they came over there, I bought it. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? It's dignifying is when you go like, why don't you believe in it? Did you know everybody's going to die? It's the difference between telling a story and dignifying. Dignifying wastes your time. Okay. Professionalism, this is being a professional, is demonstrating dignity. Dignity, accepting wise counsel. You heard in the Bible, Proverbs, it says a smart man has many counselors, people talking into his life, giving credit, admitting being wrong. All right, I think that's the last slide. Diplomacy. Is that the last slide, Amber? I think it's number 11. I think that's it. Let's come back to my people. Jeremico, give me a take on these four subjects we just hit on. Overall take.
Man, just for me, it's just I'll probably emphasize just being more forgiving and not holding on to resentment and just moving forward. So taking what you learned and moving forward as opposed to holding on to the past. I forgot one of the slides you were talking about, but I was thinking it was turning in my head kind of how people try to put stuff on you. So if I'm being forgiven and not holding on to resentment and I'm moving forward, people will try to put it on me to hold me back. And so I have to keep it off me so I can move forward, so I can keep learning and growing and not having this wall that's holding me back, not having this resentment like a wall that's holding me back. So I just have to keep that stuff off me. Let other people's problems be their problems. And like you said, don't dignify it and just keep my goals in front of me.
Jeremy, have you heard this? Telling another person what's wrong with them, telling society what's wrong with them, telling somebody is like drinking poison and trying to kill them. You ever heard that?
I heard that.
Some people don't believe that. I believe it, don't you?
I believe it. Yeah, whatever problems a person has with you, that's their problem, not yours.
You have changed so much in the past 24 months. Me and Davies I called Davies one day. I said, what happened to him? He said, I don't know. It just took. That make any sense? It just took.
It takes a long time for me to change, but once I make a decision, it's fast.
How's your boy Rogers doing? I saw him putting up some numbers the other day. How they doing?
He's doing good. He finally figured out his niche, which is medical and shortening. Like he'll spend too long with somebody on the phone, so he finally figured out certain words to use to where he'll shorten up a phone call and actually get results. So you'll be seeing his name higher on the leaderboards.
Seeking counsel, admitting when you're wrong, giving credit, baby. Woo! Jonathan and Megan, come back. I hit y'all pretty hard in the beginning. What's y'all's take on this crazy stuff?
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like I've been a little emotional the past 2 weeks, so I'm right here.
That was good. I was just thinking you said that, you master those 4 things. Well, if you master those 4 things, you'll get rich. But by mastering those 4 things, you'll also build the whole other, the agency and clients, agents, and help them be rich, because by example, they'll take what you do, and all of it is full circle.
So this is what you do to others to build your organization. And this is what you do to you to build yourself.
Right.
So what if I do it to them and I don't do it to myself? Big problem. You see what I mean? Big problem. Because they will see it and they'll be like, "Ooh." You think you've been emotional, Yaki?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you got emotional.
Yeah.
Megan, does he get emotional?
Yeah. Sometimes, just a little bit.
But I'm
Say again. What's that?
grateful for the team.
You got a great team. You got a great team. We'll see your mom and daddy shortly, right? They're coming to Tampa.
They are. Yep, they're coming later today.
Awesome. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah.
Minikina, what do you think, bro? What do you think about these 4 things? Oh, there she go. Come back here, Michelle.
I'm making a sale, man. I got somebody online.
Go close them. Go close them.
I'm listening to you. I'm joking.
Good to see you, buddy. Can't wait to see you in person. Minikina.
I'm excited, man. I think everything you said, those 4 points, it's whether you make or break it, right? Like whether you make a sale or not. And it's like the higher you climb, you said this before, the higher you climb up the tree, the more people that can see your ass, right? And so like everyone really needs to be humble. And like I think about Megan Wood and all the sales that she's making, right? And I swear to you, I pitched the hospital indemnity plan 5 times yesterday and didn't sell a damn one. But like, you know what? I'm gonna keep pitching it and I'm gonna figure it out. Like I'm not too good to say that I'm screwing it up like crazy. But I also know that it's being like you got to ask for help, right? And I feel like anytime things aren't going the way that they're supposed to be going, it really just comes down to, are you being humble enough to realize you don't got everything figured out in the world, right? And like, are you asking for help and then doing the work, right? So it's really, I mean, you bring it all together, man. I'm excited about coming down there and hanging out tomorrow and getting around the leadership too. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
I do want to have somewhat of an explanation here for my green shirt. I was looking at, you see that? This is my Chiang Mai shirt. I got this in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So I want, this is my Chiang Mai Phuket shirt promoting Thailand. I'm gonna wear this. I don't know if I'll wear it out to dinner tonight, but I got a select few, the people that are coming in from the West Coast. But I just want to make sure everybody's looking. I ain't got my normal alliance red or black. You know, I got my green Chiang Mai with the elephants and all that stuff. That's good stuff, Minikino. That's good stuff. The higher you get up a tree, the higher a monkey gets up a tree, the more the people can see his monkey. I tell you about, I told my, I killed these baboons. They was cause they were a menace to society. They were stealing stuff, and we couldn't transplant them for various reasons. So we had to take them out. And I said, I'm gonna mount them. I'm gonna put them up high in my house. And my taxidermist, he said, no, there is no attractive position underneath a baboon's monkey. And I looked at it and I went, we better look down or see down a little bit lower. Everybody calm down. I don't need you to weigh in. You got your problems. I got mine. You got your set of beliefs. I got my set of beliefs. Here's what we believe in 40 hours. I ain't trying to push it on you. Oh my goodness, Minikino.
Dude, 40 appointments it's simple, man. It's 2 days of 10 appointments each, followed by 2 more days of 10 appointments each. So it's only 4 days of running appointments in a week. So when you say, are you a full-time salesperson? Like, I sold door-to-door steak and chicken freaking 6 days a week. We would leave at 9 in the morning, and in the summertime we get back at 9 or 10 at night, and we would do that 6 days a week to hopefully make $200 a day. Like, give me a freaking break. We didn't have leads. We knocked on doors all day. So like, it's not that crazy to think like, hey, dial 1 day to run 2 days. Like, a dial day is almost like a day off. You know what I mean? Like, you're not out running appointments. So like, you dial, you run 2 days of appointments, you dial, you run 2 days of appointments, and then you can take a day off or just do it again and mess all the days up. Just let them keep running together. But it's like my favorite day to sell a policy is Sunday, because I feel like I'm ahead for the week. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a couple policies in on Sunday, I'm like, Monday, I'm already got something going on. So like, there's no bad day to do it. And I just think it's not that complicated. And if we keep it that simple, like if you're brand new and you're trying to run a bunch of appointments, just figure out how to book as many as you can and then keep increasing your numbers. Don't be crazy. Like it's not that complicated to call a lead and tell them you're coming over to their house. And if they don't pick up, just go to their house and count that. If they let you in, that's an appointment. You know?
What's that name of that guy that's coming on strong under Patzer?
I don't know.
I saw his name on there. Patrick, text me that guy's name. I want to say something about him.
Kyle Fawcett, Andy.
That's him. Say it again.
Kyle Fawcett.
Fawcett.
Fawcett. There you go.
Kyle Fawcett.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new. I think he's come rolling in about 7 or 8 apps this week already. Brand new. You know what he's doing? He's messing up a lot, but he's got 40 appointments. He's brand new. He's brand new. That's why I say I like it. Book 20 appointments, 10 for this day, 10 for this. Then take a day to book 10 here and 10 here. This should be our sign, our call sign. 40 apps. 40 apps, baby. 40 apps. What do you think, Hutchinson? Fawcett coming on strong. You need a Fawcett, don't you?
Very much so. I need a bunch of Fawcetts. And work and focused energy on work will get you rich. That's why I ain't rich yet.
You're coming there, baby.
Yeah, very much so. I think if, with everything going on in the world right now and you get all emotional about the injustices and everything, if I would put as much energy into work and focused energy on work as I do into the emotions of things, it'd be a whole different ball game. So, and then obviously everything else they've all said just broke it down. Work and focused energy on work will get you rich.
I can't believe you admitted that.
I
That
mean,
shows a whole lot of humility right there.
it's good stuff, man. Appreciate it.
I know you want to weigh in. I do too. If I had a hat, I'd throw it down right now. I'd be like, that gun, Mark Hutchins. I want to show you something.
All right.
Man sent me a vault, a daggone vault with a key and everything. Can you read this? Look at this.
The beast.
The beast. I mean, sent me a case with a vault, had a key and a locked cage went around it. You had to take the key and undo it. There's 5 or 6 steps just to get inside to get this close, and still got to unwrap it. I'm not going to unwrap it until I get with some of my top guys that I feel like they're a beast. I'm going to say, hey, man, if they don't like it, Paul Roberts, he's a beast, but he's just going to get a look at it. I'm just going to look at it, Paul. See, he don't mess with this stuff. He don't
Is
mess
that
with
wine or is it the brown juice?
It's wine.
Okay.
From Napa. I want to bring the case over here, but I can't carry it. It was a dead vault my man shipped me. He's one of my buddies that does a lot of med sub. His name is I can't think of his name. I know him good as everything. One of Brian Adams' best friends. The beast. That's what I'm thinking about you, buddy. When you start saying that, I go, this trucker's a beast. Will, you coming in it, baby? You bringing it?
Bringing it strong. Bringing it strong.
Just help a little bit.
Helps a lot. I mean, just setting a standard for yourself that you can respect. You respect the activity, but then, respecting other people and letting them do what they do.
Baby. What do you think, Katrina? You in?
I'm in big time.
24/7, baby. We ran some overtime, baby. I appreciate y'all hanging on. All y'all appreciate y'all being on here. Love y'all.
Love you.
See you or your relatives shortly.